When you learn a language, a secondary language, let's say English. And in fact, when we say learning a language, we basically refer to secondary languages. Do we learn our own language? Do we study the rules, regulation, and grammar of our own language? Or do you believe our language does not have any types of grammar? No, it does have a grammar, but we don't study it. We do not need to study it because we learn it in a natural process. We don't use our cognitive abilities to learn that language. But for secondary languages, we are required to use our cognitive abilities. We need to think what is the structure, what does this word mean, how it is used. So we have to think about these things. This is called cognitive ability. Anyway, so some people would say that you do not have to study grammar. No, it's incorrect. If you speak and you communicate with your friends, but the question is, how can you speak with your friends? You are not in a native place. Maybe you are in subcontinent, maybe you are in China or Africa, you are not in England, America, Canada. So first, you don't have those people around you who can speak like native speakers. Secondly, let's say you move to England or America and you communicate with them. One day you will be able to speak that language. That is true. But still, it won't guarantee you a success as a writer and as a speaker on formal stages. Because to write and speak on formal stages, you do have to follow certain rules. Okay, these rules are called grammar in short. Anyway, I'm starting a series on direct and indirect narrations. This is our first lesson on the topic. I suggest if you are new to Fab English, do subscribe to my channel because I believe if you do, you will be able to understand this topic. If you have any trouble in it, I guarantee you, if you follow me regularly and watch the videos, you will be able in no time to have a command on this topic, particularly direct indirect speech. In this lesson, we will cover direct indirect definition. Okay, and then we will discuss the changes that take place from direct to indirect speech. And then I will include a few questions which will help you check your understanding of the topic. Now I'm going to take you to my class, and I believe you have already subscribed to my channel. Welcome back to the class. As I said, in our first lesson, I will only give you an overview of direct and indirect speech, and I will share some important points about direct and indirect speech with you. And at the end of the lesson, I will include a few questions that will help you check your understanding of the topic. Now let's begin the topic. What is direct speech? Excuse me. And direct speech is saying what exactly someone has said. And if we do not make any changes in it, we deliver that message to someone. It is called direct speech. Remember, direct speech is written this way, and these symbols, punctuation marks, are called quotation marks. You can also call them inverted commas, the double commas, which I have written in red for you. These are called inverted commas and also quotation mark. Direct speech is always written in this. It is enclosed in inverted commas. Okay, now let me give you an example. She said today's lesson is on presentation. Now, as you can see, today's lesson is on presentation. That is direct speech. We have written it, we have enclosed it in inverted commas. Keep that point in mind. Remember all the terms which I will use during this class: inverted comma, inverted commas, and also quotation marks. Okay. Remember, direct speech is separated by either a comma, single comma, from this part, and this part is called reported speech. This part is called reported speech. Okay, and that part is called reported speech. Reporting speech, did I say reported? Okay, if I said reported, my apology. It's reporting speech, the first part, which is on the left side of comma, is called reporting speech, and the second part, which is on the right side of comma, enclosed in quotation mark, is called reported speech. Reported, I will write for you. This one, reporting speech. Reporting speech, and that one is reported speech. This one is reported speech. Reported speech. I hope it's clear. Now we will move on. Reporting speech and reported speech. Okay, now let me give you a situation, which I'm sure if you listen to it carefully, if you pay attention to it, it will help you understand the basic concept of direct and indirect speech. Okay, I hope it's clear that direct speech is type of speech in which we deliver someone's message to someone without making any changes in it, without bringing any changes in it, changes in the message. Okay, and indirect speech, what we do, we make some changes, but it does not change the message at all. The message remains unchanged. Keep that point in mind. The message does not change when we make some changes. If it changes, then it will be called interpretation, not indirect speech. Okay, how you interpret someone's message or someone's saying, it's a different thing, not indirect speech. In indirect speech, we change someone's message, but we bring some changes in someone's message, but we do not change the message. Now let me give you a situation. Let's say I assume your name is Anna, and your mom says to you, Anna, go and wake up your brother because it's getting late and he's getting late from school. You go and knock at her door and ask him, knock at his door and ask him to wake up. And he says, I'm not going to school because I don't feel well. I'm not going to school because I don't feel well. We call it direct speech. Now you have two possible options to deliver that message to your mom. You can use this one. Let's say your brother name is Ali. We assume your name is Anna and your brother name is Ali. You can go and tell your mom, Ali said he was not going to school as he did not feel well. That's one way. And you can also use this method, this way. Ali said, I'm not going to school because I don't feel well. You can also do this. But remember, we don't do this. We use the second option because it's natural. Even in our own languages, I believe every language has direct and indirect speech technique or aspect. Okay. Now, as you can see, certain changes have taken place in indirect speech. If we study these changes, we can categorize them as such. Okay, these changes can be listed as changes in pronouns, changes in tenses, and changes in adverbs of time and place. We haven't discussed adverbs of time and place yet, but we will certainly discuss them in the next lesson. As I said, I will try to make it simple and short for you so you can understand the basic concept of direct and indirect speech. Now, I hope you understand direct indirect speech, but you may wonder and you should question yourself, why do we use direct indirect speech? Because let us go back to the situation. Your mom said to you that you should wake up your brother for school. Now, remember, your mom maybe is working in the kitchen and your brother is sound asleep in his room. Now you go to your brother's room and knock at his room and deliver your mom's message. Then you go back to your mom and deliver your mom's message to him. Now, as you can see, when you do this, in all this process, time changes, place changes. And when time changes, we have change in tense. And as place change, we have changes in adverbs of time and place. And person changes. Because when the message is delivered, we use different persons of pronoun. So we have these three types of changes in indirect speech. We will study these changes in detail one by one in our next lesson. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will see when I will be able to upload the next video on this topic. But for today, I hope you have the basic concept of direct indirect speech. Now I will ask you a few questions on it that will help you check your understanding of the topic. The first question is, what is direct speech? If you are able to answer that question, it means you are on the right track. What is indirect speech? If you know what is indirect speech, be happy, you are on the right track. Name the changes that take place in indirect speech. I'm sure now you should be able to answer that question. How is direct speech written? We have just studied it. We have just discussed it. I hope you are able to answer that question. Can you distinguish between reporting speech and reported speech? We have just studied reporting speech and reported speech. If you are able to answer all those questions, then be happy that you are on the right track. Don't leave it in the middle, because when we upload the next video on the next lesson, in which we will discuss all these changes in detail, I hope you will feel more satisfied and more confident about that topic. See you in the next video. Till then, take very good care of you.